So how are you guys doing this evening?
It's hot, man.
Yeah. Well, I thought we established that already. 115. Actually, I think it topped out at 117 in the Inland Empire today.
Somebody said 120. I don't believe that.
Well, it was supposed to be 120 out in Palm Springs. So if you count that as part of the Inland Empire, then yes, technically it did top out at 120. As I understand, Pasadena was pretty close to 115, 117
112,
also.
113. All along the foothills. The valley got up to about 116, 117.
I'm surprised. I was expecting to spontaneously combust at some point, and that didn't happen.
I was out riding a bike, and I wasn't wearing gloves, and the heat from the wind when I was moving was burning my knuckles. It was hot.
That's pretty intense.
It was hot.
Wow. If you want to join the conversation tonight and tell us about how hot it was for you today, give us a call, 951-356-6882.
Somehow that didn't sound right.
Where's your mind?
Joe's like, how hot was it for you?
Yeah, how hot was it for you today?
How hot
Give us a call
it?
and let us know. Or you can join the online chat on Facebook, or, of course, you can email us, mixafied@gmail.com. Tweet us at Joe Carbonetta, at Chevelle Devine, or at Todd Fluker. There's a million ways to get a hold of us. So join in the conversation. Let us know what's going on. What do you think? So going back to the heat, I'm waiting for one of you guys to go, how hot was it? But, you know, nobody's, it's too late. Forget it. CJ, you were railing about global warming again, so why don't you...
well, first off, it doesn't exist, so we can move on.
What's that?
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as global warming?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not what you said before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Just because it's hot doesn't mean the planet is heating up.
Wait, I don't understand. You were complaining about global warming just before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Now you're saying it doesn't
exist.
Okay.
What? Like, you really believe that stuff?
Oh, yeah. I certainly believe it. I believe that it's partially a natural phenomenon. I believe that it would happen regardless of anything we did, but I also believe that we are hastening global warming. I think we've accelerated the process by spewing so many hydrocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons into the atmosphere. I think we have actually accelerated the process.
Chlorofluorocarbons? What do you say?
I don't know. He's using those SAT words again.
Yeah, you got to stop using the hairspray, Todd.
So I kind of I don't know about the science on it. I really have become very skeptical about a lot of science now, just because it's like, you know, you
just
get those
because you
people
hate everything.
Well, no, yeah,
you
probably,
hate the establishment.
No, it's like you get all those research things that are funded by pharmaceutical companies, or, you know, name your organization of choice, and they always want a specific result. And in order to get the money, in order to do your research, you have to essentially find what they're saying is true. And it's like what they say about statistics. You can find a statistic for pretty much anything you want to prove to be correct. You just juggle the numbers around.
I'm trying to find a statistic that says that Around Midnight is the #1 watched show on Friday nights.
I think you just created that statistic
Did
just
we?
now.
That's okay. Just for your information,
1 out of 3 local boys says
right. It is the #1 watched show on Friday nights.
1 out of 3.
Please retweet that, perpetuate that myth, so that
no, it's a fact. You got to say it's a fact. You can't call it a myth.
Perpetuate that fact, all right? That we're the #1 rated show on Friday night.
Government studies have proven that to be correct.
Are you going to cite which government study?
Why would I do that?
Oh, okay. All right.
Why would I do
All right. Yeah, actually, though, we do have a viewer who says that we're the #1 show. I think it's Todd's wife.
Yeah, and she's not even watching right now.
Yeah, she gave up on us.
She stopped watching?
Yeah.
Was it something Chevelle
my
said?
comments last
yeah, was it something
it
Chevelle
was
said?
Entirely what Trump said, or Trump said.
What Trump said?
About Trump. Trump.
Oh, come on, people.
So basically, she's done watching us as of last Friday night. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
That was what you called the last straw.
Was it? That was the last straw?
Interesting.
I mean, I thought the 5 shows we did on gun control would have pretty much sealed that deal.
I mean, she can see where you're coming from when you're talking about guns.
And she hates it.
And she doesn't like it. You know, being British and stuff, that doesn't help her disposition towards guns. But, yeah, that whole thing. Trump is evil.
Everybody makes the mistake of thinking that I am apologizing for him or endorsing him.
You are endorsing him. I never said you apologized for him, but you are endorsing him.
Endorsing him. I am simply stating the obvious.
Which is what exactly?
If anybody really wanted to stop him, it's really not that hard. First off, stop talking about him. The guy thrives on that stuff. He is only known to most of America for 2 reasons. 1, he's rich. 2, he's a reality show
I
star.
don't believe he's actually rich. I think that's why he's never disclosed his tax information. I don't think he actually has a dime to his name.
I think he has more dimes to his name than I do.
No,
that's all that matters.
I think he's totally funded by other people.
I mean, that's the same thing for all rich people, though. All rich people, how many of them actually have real liquid assets?
I believe the man is a walking Ponzi scheme. I think he gets other people to finance his operations, and then he passes himself off as the rich person.
But I think that's what most rich people do. And see, the thing is, like, you see it with superstars all the time. You get to a certain level of fame or a certain level of notoriety, and people just give you the stuff that other people have to pay thousands of dollars for. That's why you got all these celebrities walking down these aisles at these red carpet events wearing these super expensive clothes. They don't own most of that stuff. I've got a friend who's got pretty close popular actors.
Wait. Hold up for a second. This is already not true. You have a friend?
1 or 2.
Oh,
okay,
1. Wow.
Where's the breaking news sting?
Yeah. Oh. All right. There we go. Here we go.
I do have one friend. Honestly, in order to make up that one friend, I have to put up the semi-friendships all together and congeal them into one actual friend.
I was going to say, don't you pretty much alienate everybody you meet at some point?
At one point in time, yes, I do.
Okay, so
yeah, that's kind of how I roll.
Okay, all right. I was just checking on that.
I'm just keeping it real, folks.
Oh, okay. Todd,
so anyway, they don't pay for anything. That's why they have so much money, and they spend other people's money. That's part of the scheme.
What is Todd doing? He's like totally transfixed on the monitor, but I don't know what he's doing.
My cameras are all jacked.
What happened?
There's camera 1s, there's camera 2s. They all got jacked, so I'm just trying to fix them. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
everything is fine. Nothing is broken.
So status quo. It's pretty much the normal situation in down here at around midnight.
Where's my?
It's hot.
Yes, it is.
Where's my soda? Quote unquote.
I don't know what happened to it. What did you do with it?
I'm sure this delicious just soda has nothing to do with our technical difficulties.
Why, Todd? Whatever do you mean?
Should we talk about what's in your face?
Oh, hey,
we'll save that one for a little bit.
Yeah, we got to talk about that later.
We're only like 8 minutes into the show. I mean, wow, are we really in that much trouble already?
Anyway, I guess back to global warming.
I'm not going to be able to speak in about 10 minutes when we try to talk about what's in your face.
Oh, it's going to be what's in my face.
He's learned his words the whole time.
I forgot.
What's in your face? Your ugly face.
Your face.
You guys are out of control.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, you were saying about global warming.
No, I think over the several. What have we doing this? Are we a year deep in this now? Since we came back, at least, right?
A year deep? What, in this show?
Yeah.
Well, we're deep. Anyway, yeah, okay.
So anyway,
yeah, sure, yeah.
I think my position on global warming has been pretty well established. Whatever the science is, I just don't think anybody's really serious about doing anything about it. That's my position. Especially when you're talking about government. Everybody's like, oh, we got to pass these laws. We got to do this. We got to do that. Full of crap. Nobody's serious about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have carbon taxes. You wouldn't have all of these other ins and outs and throughs and everything that people come up with in order to not do anything about the problem.
But wait, Todd is totally, he wants his electric vehicle and he wants it to drive for him, and he's like, King Uber and...
Well, I mean, that's actually part of my thing. Like, people talk like because you drive a Prius, all of a sudden you're doing something better for the Earth, and you're not. You're not.
Want to expound on that?
And it takes just as much resources to get that electric vehicle on the road as it does a gas vehicle. You're going to be burning up the same resources in order to build that car. And then the batteries and whatnot, the components that are needed to go into that, they require some deep mining. So you're still doing the strip mining and all the other stuff people are doing for coal, except now you're looking for
there's a lot of precious metals in those batteries. And they need to be replaced after
frequently.
A couple of years.
Yeah, they don't last
bad.
very long.
Yeah, so I mean,
and that's where a lot of those precious
like,
metals go into.
They get pissed off at you when you throw a AAA in the trash. Imagine you're gonna go. You think every mechanic out there is just gonna take that 28,000 tons of Prius battery?
Well,
I don't think most mechanics will actually touch those things.
You're probably right, but and then the other thing that nobody
thinks
thinks
they must be able to be recycled, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably, but
and then they charge you for that while they make money on the side.
They don't want you to recycle them because they want you to buy a new one.
What were you saying the other day about a particular make of car that had like a catalytic converter or something like that that was getting stolen?
Converters are getting stolen off. Usually it's Toyotas.
That's like every car because they're all full of platinum.
Yeah. So, and it's like an $800 replacement for the part.
Yeah, if it's full of platinum, I'm going to go out and steal some.
can
I
see
didn't know
Todd with a
that.
hacksaw in the middle of the night going, this damn
Yeah,
thing
it's
won't
pretty
come
insane.
off.
I'm like, which one's the converter?
So
He's like cutting up half the car. Is this it? No. Kunk. He throws something else out.
They said I
Yeah.
need to find the cafe mocha converter. I need to find it.
And he goes into Starbucks with
pulling
a
stuff out of
hacksaw.
it.
And in other news today, some guy was shot walking into a Starbucks with a hacksaw, yelling about a cafe mocha converter.
wow.
Give me the special platinum edition.
The one that's full of platinum.
That would work.
That would be actually kind of funny. We need to shoot that skit. Todd goes into a Starbucks with
We
a
should
hacksaw.
do it for real,
trying to
but
get it.
try not to get shot at.
Speaking of which, did you hear in the news about those teenagers that got themselves a bunch of fake badges and fake police lights and then went driving around town pulling people over and stupidly videoed all of it and put it up on YouTube?
Wow.
Hey, you trying to get YouTube famous? That's how kids do it these days.
That's more
Did
like
you-
That kid's going to be
infamous.
president in 20 years.
Did you hear
Watch.
the other story about the guy that was like on a freeway sign on the 134 or the 101?
Wow.
And he was shooting like a YouTube video, a music video or something like that. He's some hip hop artist. And he was up on a freeway sign putting up some thing across it that said like save the earth or something like that. But then it later came out that he was shooting footage for his YouTube video, like some rap video or something like that.
Crazy.
Okay.
And yeah, it was creating all kinds of havoc, and he got hit with all kinds of fines by the CHP, causing a disturbance and, general fuckery and stuff like that. I don't know what
Sorry, what did you just say? Don't repeat that.
I don't know what the charges
yeah,
were.
do not say that. We're supposed to be a family show.
So back to global warming.
Although my favorite
which falls in that
dumbass,
same category.
my favorite dumbass moment this week came to us. I think it was in Dallas. It was in Texas, but I believe it was Dallas, Texas. This mother parks her minivan at a gas station, okay, and runs into the convenience store. Now, apparently, she's. I don't know the particulars, but she might not have been the sharpest tool in the shed to begin with, because evidently, I guess she left the engine running, presumably to leave the air conditioning on for the children. She's in the store for 2 minutes, turns around, and some guy has jumped into her minivan and is now attempting to pull out of the parking lot with the car that he's carjacked with the 2 kids in the back seat.
Huh.
She runs out there, manages to get into the passenger seat, and they take off. So now she's in the passenger seat, the kids are in the back seat, this guy has carjacked the car. She's telling him he needs to pull over and stop because she's got kids in the car and it's not his car. He's not listening. So she calmly opens up the glove box, pulls out her gun, and blows his head off right there in the car. Actually, he did survive.
Wow.
He did manage. He
Wow.
somehow was still alive.
Are
He's
we
in
talking about
critical
gun
condition.
control again?
Yeah, he's in critical condition, but he didn't get away with the car or the kids. He didn't
Wow.
get 2 blocks down the street. She told him to stop. He didn't stop, so she shot him in the head.
That's
I'm
some,
not mad at her.
That's
Yeah,
some
you know
super
what?
mom stuff.
This is why we need to have the right to own a firearm, and probably why we should have the right to just carry it with us.
Not all of
Looking
us
at you, Todd.
should
Yeah, Todd should definitely not
have
have one.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, maybe
Especially
Todd.
after that just soda he's been drinking.
I was like
what you
rock on,
talking
lady.
about?
I mean, she told him to stop, and he didn't stop. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you asked for it.
Can't be mad at her for that. Somebody messes with your kid. I learned that a long time ago.
Well,
You don't mess with people's
You
kids.
can't be mad at her for that.
No, heck no. I learned that in
All right.
1986 in my backyard when I was messing with my friend's little sister, and she let out a scream. Her dad came charging down the driveway, ran across the street. Literally before she took a second breath, he was in my grill.
No, but see, I know where Todd's
don't
going with
mess
this.
with people's kids.
Todd is saying, wait a minute, why are we saying she was totally in the right when she left the keys in the ignition and the car running? To that I say, Todd, that is not a crime. And you shouldn't.
And actually, it's probably,
granted,
if
this
it was
is
for
a
air conditioning,
utopian.
it's actually not a bad thing to do.
Maybe we're in a utopian society here. Maybe I'm in the utopian society, but you shouldn't have to worry about somebody coming up and taking your stuff, okay, just because you left the keys in there. I mean,
Well, you should worry about that.
well, in contemporary society,
Yeah, but
you
we live
have
in
to worry
America.
about it.
This
In
is
contemporary
America.
society, you have to worry about it.
Do we need to
but
pull up
you
that Childish
shouldn't
Gambino video?
have to worry about it.
No, this ain't. You do. You
yeah,
gotta worry about that.
you guys aren't really creating a real strong argument for why this lady had to shoot a guy in the face.
I don't think
You're
she had
like,
to shoot him in the
she
face.
shouldn't have
He-
to lock her doors at
He
night.
stole a vehicle.
I should be able to leave my
kidnapped
doors
2
unlocked
children.
and my keys in my visor.
Okay, that's the Pepsi talking. Or not.
I'm just saying. You know, why is it that I got to be looking over my shoulder everywhere I go now to make sure somebody's not trying to steal something of mine?
Did she have to shoot him in the face?
I would have shot him in the face.
Honestly,
I
he's
bet
lucky.
she's only mad he's not dead.
I'm probably going to incriminate
probably
myself
is.
here, which is bad given, you know, the rate at which persons like myself are being
Persecuted?
mishandled by law enforcement.
Uh-huh.
But like I often think about what I would do in situations where I'm forced to defend myself, probably more than the average Joe.
Just because you invent, you invent images in your mind where you're Bruce Lee or something.
Well, I mean, I guess when you talk as much crap as I do, you kind of expect somebody to come out of left field and try to take you out at any moment.
Okay.
Eventually, somebody's gonna do something more than shoot you a tweet.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, in these scenarios, I really don't want to hurt people. So
No?
But I do.
I don't know that I would. Well, I mean, catch me on the wrong day. It could be a situation, but
Oh my goodness, we need that drop
it's
of
like
that
the
Catch
cops
Me
always
Outside
tell
girl.
you.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about that?
But in those situations, like I don't know if a leg wound's gonna stop him. You know, if it's a leg wound from a shotgun, it might.
It might have got his
most
attention.
people.
It might have
It
just
probably would
it
get
might
his
have
foot
just
off the
pissed him
gas.
off. You know, then he does something stupid like roll the car over.
Because that's the reason the cops
Yeah.
always use for when they shoot people to kill.
Is
Like,
it a single shot gun? You don't have another one? You can't give him a warning in the leg?
You
and
don't
then
do
if he keeps
warning
coming at
shots
you,
with a
you
shotgun,
can go
bro.
for the center of mass.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. If somebody breaks into my house, I'm aiming for his head.
Dang, Joe.
Well, that just sounds foolish.
that does sound foolish. Just like twice to the body, then go for the dome.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like standard operating
I
procedure.
see. Okay.
You should know that. I'm disappointed.
You of all people, Joe. I'm disappointed.
Anyway, how do we get here from global warming?
I don't know.
these guys. They're funny guys.
Anyway,
Is it time for a break?
Probably.
It's freaking hot. Did we say that it's hot?
Yes, I believe that we did.
I don't know how much global warming talk we actually got.
I
in
don't
that
think we're even
segment.
talking about global warming.
I don't think we need to because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, were we ever talking about
It's
global
just hot.
warming?
It's hot and we're all hangry.
Yeah. And it's hot.
Hangry for whiskey.
Oh, really?
It is useless to resist us.